Welcome back to the Functional Longevity Podcast, where we give you information on how to get fit, feel younger, and live better. My name is Chris Border, best-selling author and owner of Y.E.S Fitness. And I would first like to thank you for taking time from your busy day and schedule to listen to what I have to say. And I would also like to thank our sponsor, Y.E.S Fitness, for its participation. If you want to get a copy of this broadcast or a timestamp or maybe even a transcript, you can head on over to yesfitnessct.com, scroll down to the bottom of the page, hit the podcast button, and you can get this or any one of our other 244 episodes, that information. You can also get this podcast wherever you normally listen to your podcast. I don't have any housekeeping, so let's get right into this. It's exciting new stem cell research that could have significant implications on longevity. Today, we're going to talk about groundbreaking stem cell research conducted on yeast that could have significant implications on the field of aging and age-related diseases. Now, this is just came out. You may have heard it on the news. I saw a few articles on it. I saw the research and I said, you know what? I need to scrap what I'm going to talk about today and get right into this. Stem cell research has been a topic of great interest in recent years, with research identifying stem cells responsible for longevity in different organisms. The research was conducted at Hao Lan at the University of California, San Diego. And they have made significant strides in the field of stem cell research, identifying specific stem cells in yeast that increased lifespan by 80%. That's crazy. They increased the lifespan of the yeast by 80%. Now, the research conducted at the Hao lab focused on the use of stem cells to increase the lifespan of the yeast cells. The researchers identified specific stem cells in the yeast known as quiescent cells that play a significant role in extending the life of the cells. If you're curious why scientists use yeast for the research, it's because, like human cells, yeast cells have typical eukaryotic structure, including nucleus, cytoplasm, and mitochondria, which is very similar to humans. So they try to get that crossover type effect between the yeast and humans. Now, there are some disadvantages to this, and I'll talk about them at the end. But the researchers used a technique called FACS sorting to isolate quiescent cells from the rest of the yeast cells. Okay, what is FACS and how does it work? So FACS sorting is fluorescent activated cell sorting, and it's a specialized type of flow cytometry, and it provides a method for sorting heterogeneous mixture of biological cells into two or more containers, one cell at a time, based on the significant light scattering and the fluorescent characteristics of each cell. Enough biology for today. Basically, think of it as just separating oil and vinegar. Then they subjected these cells to various conditions that would allow the cells to remain quiescent for a more extended period. The researchers found that a decrease in the pH level of the yeast environment combined with the addition of certain nutrients would allow the quiescent cells to remain in their state for a more extended period. Once the researchers identified the conditions that would allow the quiescent cells to remain in their state for an extended period, they used a technique called stem cell transplantation to induce these cells into other yeast cells. The introduction of these cells led to an 80% increase in the lifespan of the yeast cells. Probably all excited that we can extend the lifespan of yeast cells, but Professor Hale, the lead researcher at the Hale lab, is excited about the implications of this research for humans. According to him, the findings of this studies have implications not only for the field of aging, but also for human health in general. He goes on to explain that research provides insight into the fundamental processes that govern cellular aging, which is relevant to all organisms, including humans. So, Professor Hale is excited about the potential of this research to extend human lifespan and improve the quality of life for older adults. He believes that identifying the stem cells responsible for longevity in humans and manipulating these cells to extend lifespan is a realistic goal. And he also believes that this research has significant implications for the treatment of age related diseases. By manipulating the stem cells responsible for longevity, researchers may be able to find a way to treat diseases such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, which is associated with aging. It would be amazing if they really could figure it out at the cellular level, using stem cell research to just slow the aging process and really slow some of the age related diseases. So, just to wrap this up quickly, the research conducted at the Hale lab has shed light on the potential of stem cells in extending the lifespan of organisms. And it's exciting to think about the potential of this research to extend human lifespan and improve the quality of life for older adults. So the future of stem cell research is bright. And the Hale lab research is just the beginning, just the tip of the iceberg. But this is all exciting. But keep in mind that there are disadvantages to utilizing yeast as a model organism. Some being similar proteins may have organism-specific functions, so may not function in the same way in other organisms as they do in different species. And the yeast genome contains many fewer genes than the human genome, around 6,000 in yeast compared to about 30,000 in humans. So what does all this mean for us? Well, until researchers get all this figured out, we need to keep eating well, right? Maybe throw in some time restricted eating or fasting. Get enough sleep. Keep our stress at a minimum. Have some purpose in our life. Be very social. And of course, exercise. Do all these things until researchers really get a grasp on this. Because there are things we can do, we know, to help improve our chances for longevity and improve our health span. And one of the most important things to improve health span is your exercise. So if you're looking for an exercise program to help improve your health span, head on over to yesfitnessct.com. Give us a call at 860-673-4293. Schedule your complimentary strategy session, and we can sit down and design a program specific to you and your lifestyle to help you live a longer, healthier life and enjoy all those extra years. So again, I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to what I have to say. This is exciting research. I know for me, I'm looking forward to reading more about this, and hopefully they can get it all figured out. Thanks for taking the time to listen again, and you all have a great evening.